Okay, joining us live now from Melbourne, Joe Siracusa, inaugural Professor of Global Futures at Curtin University. Welcome, Joe. Good to have you on. Two giant egos. I'm not entirely sure about Elon Musk, but President Trump, he will definitely never back down in a contest like this. Is it a recipe for disaster?
Oh, yes, it is. Good morning, too. Look, what could possibly go wrong? The President of the United States, the most powerful man on earth, falling out with the richest man on earth after a year-long partnership, which which helped President Trump return to office. I mean, Elon Musk reckons that he has a number of things coming, and he just sort of became unexplainable. I mean, he fell out over the budget. He started accusing the president of crazy things. So, if they're true or not, I don't know. And he's got these enormous ways to hurt him. He can spend billions of dollars campaigning against him and Republicans who he doesn't like, and he can be an irritant in terms of the social media. He can sort of push. I understand he was gonna push an impeachment kind of thing. And he's in charge of these rockets that go to the space station and provide food and wherewithal for the astronauts. I mean, this man plays an important role. The president, of course, can break his back by cutting out the billions of dollars of subsidies and contracts and things like that. And he can also take his security clearance. And he can use the presidency of the United States, which is not really a nice idea, to terrorize this guy. They can go after him. There's going to be probably an investigation into his citizenship. There's going to be an investigation into his drug use, and he's a very colorful, eccentric character. So there's a lot of things he does and says that he probably doesn't want to see again. But look, it's not only good television entertaining. It's an important disruption in American life because the president has important things to do. And if you think about Elon Musk and his stockholders, he's got important things to do. So it's a very unfortunate kind of rupture. But I'll tell you what, everybody's going to be watching this for a while.
Joe, I mean, they always seem to me, right from the beginning, such an odd couple. Because you've got Donald Trump, his slogan, drill, baby, drill. He loves fossil fuels. And you put him together with Elon Musk, who's a champion of electric cars and, green power. It just never seemed to fit. Was this inevitable that they were going to fall out on fundamental differences somewhere?
I think so. I mean, the president's made no bones about how he feels about electric vehicles. He doesn't like them, doesn't want to subsidize them and the rest of it. And then you got Trump, then you got Musk, of course, who's making his reputation on these things. You're right. Sooner or later they were going to have a problem, and maybe Musk thought he would be able to paper over it or get the president to offer him some favors. I'd hate to think he fell out just about the money and about the electric vehicles. I mean, Musk came in and he said he saved, I don't know, 160, 170 billion dollars. And things like that. And then he has a budget go through that's going to add $2 billion to the debt of the United States. So he thinks he was sort of betrayed. But I don't know if Musk ever worked in an atmosphere like this. I've seen documentaries of Musk along with other people, and he runs his own show. He doesn't put up with any baloney from anybody. He hires and fires whoever he wants, and he's working for a guy who can hire and fire him. And so Musk decides to quit his entree to the Oval Office. And let me tell you, when you have entree to the Oval Office and the next day you can't get back in the building, it hurts. He's going to be very wild about this. And this idea that President Trump had something to do with Epstein's crimes, I mean, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But the idea of just throwing that out there shows you how low this guy can go. So Elon Musk plays dirty. Unfortunately for him, so does President Trump.
Joe, appreciate your insights. Professor Joe Siracusa from Curtin University.